So it was 10 times the size they expected, yes.
We knock on the door.
Great.
Good evening. This is the November 30th Zoning Board meeting of the City of Nashua. This evening's meeting will be conducted in a hybrid format. The meeting is accessible in person in the third floor auditorium of the Nashua City Hall, 229 Main Street, and via Zoom at the link posted in all public meeting agendas. Attendance via telephone is available using the Zoom connection details. Minutes of tonight's meeting, as well as audio and video recordings, will be available later at nationalnewhampshire.gov Agenda Center. Select the Zoning Board of Adjustment. If anyone has a problem accessing the meeting, please call 603-589-3056 and they will help you connect. In the event the public is unable to access the meeting via the methods mentioned above, the meeting will be adjourned and rescheduled. The chair is in control of the proceedings and calls upon all who wish to speak in order as their raised hands are observed. The board follows the meeting protocols, procedures identified in its bylaws. The applicant will present their case for 15 minutes, followed by questions by the board. Next, persons wishing to speak in favor or with questions or opposition will be asked to speak up to 5 minutes. If there are any questions or opposition, the applicant will have 5 minutes to present a response. Finally, one and only one person with questions or in opposition will be permitted to speak again before the board deliberates and determines an outcome. A timer is used to manage speaking time. Katrina, our planning department coordinator, will notify us when 1 minute is remaining, and again when the speaker's time has expired. If you are participating by Zoom and wish to speak when public input is requested, please use the raised hand option, which can be found under reactions on a computer or the more menu on the phone. The chair will call you in turn. Please use the lower hand option when you have completed the question comment. Please mute your microphone until you are called to speak. Note that all votes that are taken during the meeting shall be done by roll call. Tonight, we only have a request for application for a special exception. A special exception is a request that seeks permission to do something that the zoning ordinance permits only under special circumstances. To grant a special exception, 5 points of law are required to be met. These are outlined in the application and will be summarized in board motions. Per the City of Nashua bylaws, the State of New Hampshire revised statutes, a minimum of 3 or more affirmative votes are required to approve any application. In addition, this board will hear all scheduled cases if a quorum of 3 voting board members is present at the meeting. Any citizen has the right to contest a decision that the board makes. Should we render a decision that you believe is in error, you have the right to request a rehearing. A written rehearing request must be received by the City of Nashua Planning Department within 30 calendar days from the date of decision. Should this board not grant a rehearing request, you can file an appeal directly to the New Hampshire Superior Court. You can contact Mr. Falk in the Planning Department for more information. Tonight we have the following full board members in attendance. Steve Lionel, Mr. Jay McCara, myself, J.P. Boucher, and our alternate member, Mr. Josh Neely. And then also in addition, we have with us Mr. Carter Falk, our Deputy Planning Manager, and Miss Katrina Karina, I'm sorry, I gotta take my glasses off. Karina Ochoa, Planning Department Coordinator. So let's start the meeting. We're taking a roll call attendance. There are no board members, right, attending by Zoom?
No.
No, okay. All right. Mr. Neely.
Present.
Mr. McCarroll.
Present.
Mr. Lionel.
Present.
Mr. Boucher is also present. Okay, I will read. Excuse me. Is there any changes to the agenda, Mr. Falk?
Yes, Mr. Acting Chair. 55 Lake Street has been withdrawn, will not be coming back at all with that advertisement. And I believe the applicant for Beard Street would like to make a quick announcement as well.
Okay, so let me read the first case that we're going to hear into the record. This is for Area Agency Properties Incorporated, owner Area Agency of Greater Nashua Incorporated, doing business as Gateway Community Services, applicant, 4 Beard Street. Sheet 68, Lot 142, requesting variance for Land Use Code Section 190-16, Table 16-3, for a minimum land area of 34,840 square feet required, 10,454 square feet existing, to remove an existing single-family house and construct a 3-story up to a 10-unit multifamily building. It's in the RC Zone Ward 3. Welcome, sir.
Mr. Chairman, members, good evening. My name is Andy Perlman. I'm an attorney with Purdy and Perlman here in Nashua, here on behalf of the applicant and owner. Mr. Chairman, members, one of our team members couldn't make it at the last minute tonight, so I would respectfully request we push this hearing out for 2 weeks.
Okay. Is there any discussion on that request? All right, I'll make a motion to postpone case number 2 as read into the record to the December 12th, 2023 meeting.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Lionel. Mr. Neely, how do you vote?
Mr. Neely votes in favor.
Mr. Minkara?
Mr. Minkara votes in favor.
Mr. Lionel?
Mr. Lionel votes in favor.
And Mr. Boucher votes in favor.
Right. Thank you very much.
Okay. Have a good evening. Okay, I'm going to read case number 3, which is our only and last case for the evening, into the record. This is for Sandra W. Marrero and Maria L. Molina, owners of 6 Cambridge Road, lot, Sheet C, Lot 267, requesting a special exception from Land Use Code Section 190-15, Table 15-1, Number 3, to allow an accessory in-law dwelling unit in the basement. It's in the R9 zone, Ward 9. Welcome. Just give us your name and address, and tell us what you're going to do, and probably just pull the mic down or pull it out. And just tell us what you want to do.
My name is Sandra Marrero. I live on 6 Cambridge Road, Nashua. And we are building like a little apartment for my mom in the basement. My house is only 2 bedrooms upstairs, and my mom just became a widow. So just want to build a little, like in law, for my mom to stay with us. It's only like a bedroom, a kitchen, and a bathroom. That's what we built in.
Okay, we have your pictures and the drawing that you sent us.
Yes.
I saw that you signed off on the accessory dwelling unit requirements. Are there any, do you have anything else to present?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
Right.
It's just like my mom passed away, so I want to have a little space for my mom, so she won't be alone. She don't have other place to go anyway, so it's something small, nothing fancy. It's just something so she can live the rest of her life with us.
Okay, and it was clear through the drawings and through the home you own, split family, that
Yes.
the entrance is just going to be used through the main entrance.
Yes.
And then there's, obviously, you're living on the top floor, and
Correct.
and that unit is on the bottom floor, so there is a connection through the house.
Correct.
So it looked pretty straightforward. Is there any questions, Mr. Lionel?
Yeah. Okay, so in your application, you mentioned that the basement is 831 square feet.
Correct.
Yeah. And the regulations limit an ADU to 750 square feet. Now, is part of this 831 square feet not living area?
Yes. Yes.
What, have you calculated what the square footage is of the living area of the ADU?
Mr. Falk, did you have exact?
I believe it was under 750, because if you take out the
Yes.
staircase, and there's also a stairway area that we wouldn't count, she was a little bit under the 750.
Okay, so if if the planning department is satisfied that it's
We're
under
satisfied
750.
that it meets the
If it-
regulation.
Yep, okay, then that's all, thanks.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions for the applicant? Thank you. We can sit down for now.
Thank you.
I take it there's nobody on Zoom?
No.
Okay. Anybody else in the audience that'd like to speak in favor of the application? No? Okay. And there is nobody else in the audience to speak with questions or concerns? And there's nobody on Zoom with questions or concerns, I'm assuming. Okay. I will close the public hearing and open the public meeting. Mr. Neely?
I'm in favor of the special exception. This is pretty straightforward. The ADU is going to easily fit in there. There won't be any exterior changes to the building. They already have a secondary exit. Not going to overload the drainage or sewer or water. There's more than enough parking in the driveway. They also had kind of like a gravel cutout area so they can fit 3 or 4 vehicles there. Certainly not out of character with the neighborhood. I don't think anybody's even going to know it's there. So for those reasons, I'm in favor of this application.
Mr. McCarron?
Yeah, I would concur. I mean, really, it's a classic ADU, meets all the criteria, so I support it as well.
Mr. Lino?
I'm also in favor. The applicant has testified, signed the affidavit for the accessory dwelling unit special conditions, and so I don't have a problem with it.
And I am also in favor of this application. Would anybody like to make a motion?
I'll do it.
Mr. Lino?
I'd like to make a motion on behalf of owner Sandra Marrero and Maria Molina, address 6 Cambridge Street, Sheet C, Lot 267, requesting special exception from Land Use Code Section 190-15, Table 15-1, Item 3, to allow an accessory dwelling unit in the basement. This is in the R9 zone, Ward 9. The board finds that this is listed in the table of uses. We believe that it will not create any undue traffic congestion or unduly impair pedestrian safety. The board believes that it will not overload public water, drainage, sewer, or other municipal systems. Special regulations are fulfilled, and it will not impair integrity or be out of character with the neighborhood or be detrimental to the health, morals, or welfare of residents. Therefore, I make a motion to approve the special exception.
Second by Mr. Mancara. Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, we'll take a vote. Mr. Neely?
Mr. Neely votes in favor.
Mr. Mancara?
Mr. Mancara votes in favor.
Mr. Lionel?
Mr. Lionel votes in favor.
And Mr. Boucher votes in favor. Congratulations, your application's been approved. Just be aware that there is a 30-day window of appeal, maybe highly unlikely, but just be aware of that. Other than that, you're all set. So have a good evening.
Thank you.
Okay. With that, I'll close the public meeting for case number 3. Good night. And we had some meeting minutes from 11:14. Did anybody see any issues or corrections that need to be made?
I wasn't here, but I read through them, and I didn't notice any problems.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
those
seeing
are
that-
some meaty minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This
I
took a while to
understand.
do.
In that case, I'll make a motion to approve the November 14th, 2023 meeting minutes. It's, seconded by Mr. Neely. Mr. Neely, how do you vote?
Mr. Neely votes in favor.
Mr. McCara?
Mr. Mancara votes in favor.
Mr. Lionel?
Mr. Lionel votes in favor.
And Mr. Boucher votes in favor. Okay. And there's only one case for the next, one case plus the one that's being postponed. I do not see any regional impact. Does anybody see any regional impact?
I do not.
Okay, so no regional impact. Is there any, go ahead, Mr. Flock.
Besides the one regularly scheduled case, there are 2 rehearing requests for the next meeting. They should be at the bottom of the agenda. And there's also, as we discussed before the meeting started, the change in the agenda for next January 23rd, which is the state primary election. We'll have to have that meeting on the 24th, which is Wednesday. So staff will make the appropriate changes on the website and in the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Falk. Any other discussion? Seeing none, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
At 6:45. All right, we're adjourned at 6:45. Thank you.